Hey guys, this is Mr. Woodward again. We're doing our 7400 chip, and this is part 2. So if this is your first time clicking in, you might want to go back to the part 1 video. But you'll see that our chip is halfway done. We have this bottom side wired in. We have two outputs, and we can see that because of our two LEDs. But we need to wire the top side of this chip as well, and that's what we're going to continue doing. So I need to get a signal over here to input 4A. Now I can carry that from anywhere that signal 4A already exists, meaning I've run it to row 11 here, so I could pull it from row 11. I could pull it from row 14, but for right now I'm going to pull it from here, from row 4. And so I'm just going to pull a wire across. And if you want to bend a wire like I'm doing, you just click multiple times. You can see that's input 4B, and I want it to go to input 4A. So I'll place it right there. And now I'm going to do the same thing for my input B. I'm going to run it over here. And as always, I'm going to change it to blue. All right, so I now have signal over here on the top side of my chip, input 4B and input 4A, which means I now need an output for 4. And as always, I'm going to use my LED. I'll run another orange wire to be out here. And I'm going to hook my LED up in it. Again, making sure, here, let me show you guys right here. This wire runs out in row 20. So I need to make sure that my LED, that the bent side of it is in row 20, because that's the side that needs power. The straight side needs to run over to my resistor again. Here's my resistor over here. I could run a series of wires, but I'm just going to run it straight over. And again, I'll make that wire purple, since we've decided that that's the color of all of our wires that run here to this resistor. And again, I'm going to test it before I move on to my fourth one. So I'll start my simulation. Again, my lights are lighting up. And that's awesome, because right now this input is 0, this input is 0. When I click down on this, so the inputs are now 1 and 0, lights are on. 0, 1, the lights are on. And then when I use shift to click both down, lights turn off. That's awesome, because this is 1, 1, and we want the output to be 0. So now we only have our last set of inputs and output to wire. So again, I'm going to run here from 4B over here to 3B. And I'll make that blue again. From 4A over here to 3A. And I'll leave that as green again. And our last LED, again, we can put it wherever we want. I'll put it right here. I'll bring in my LED. I'll put it down. Run my resistor wire over. Make my resistor wire purple. And let's start our simulation. Oh no! This LED is not turning on. Well, there's a very easy fix for this. And again, anytime our LEDs aren't working, the first thing we're going to check is direction. And sure enough, here's my output, and it's going to the straight side, not the bent side. So this is not going to work. So we'll click Stop Simulation. I'm going to move my LED over. So now the bent line is running here. And I'll move this wire over. Oh, it's not going to let me do that. I'll delete this wire. Run a new wire here.